Went to PBG. Ew! 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 What? Ew! Hi everyone, this is Jen here with a new episode of Let's Play Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. We just had a really intense episode with PBG. It seems like he's not, venting his frustrations out correctly, and we need to fix that. But right now, it'd be great if he just got to class on time without sleeping in the morning, because of all of his hidden training that he's doing past curfew. Anyway, when I got back to class...
I can't believe this.
Dang, it was a total fluke. Shizuka was giving him an application for some college internship program? That's why she winked. I totally thought they were gonna get it on, too. That's too bad. What are you grinning about, anyhow? I glanced across the room at PBG in his seat. He caught my glance and gave me a thumbs up. Nothing. Oh, you lovebirds. Lovebirds? No, it's not like that, I swear. Yeah, let me know when it gets juicy. PBG stayed in class that day and for a few days after that. He looked absolutely exhausted every time I saw him and rarely responded to what I was saying. At lunch, he ate his food and absent-mindedly picked at his dessert, never listening to the conversation. I was worried. He was clearly acting strange, but nobody else seemed to be paying him any attention. I tracked Nick down to ask why, and all he said was, "This has happened before. It's kinda just has to run its course." Great, I'm glad we showed that moving scene with Nick right there. Eventually, I pieced two and two together. A big game was coming up. Apparently, if Asagao won, they would be significantly better their chances of getting to the finals. I didn't understand why, but they'd be able to lose 2 games instead of only the 1. As the deadline approached, PBG got more and more anxious. Then one day, he didn't show up to class at all. He's still not here.
Hey.
What's going on? This is the second day PBG just hasn't come to class. Luke glanced at PBG's seat. Yeah, I guess you're right. Don't be sad. I glanced up at Ian in surprise. No? Ian rolled his eyes. If he's not hurting himself, there's no problem. He can make his own decisions. You've got yourself to worry about. This tournament isn't gonna win itself. He grinned and my throat caught. The tournament! I'd been so worried I hadn't been practicing at all. That's what I thought. You can't make this easy for us, Hana. We really will beat you if you don't work hard at it. You're right. Ian shook his head and walked away. When it finally registered that Ian left, Luke followed. I shouldered my bag. Mai was nowhere to be seen, so I headed home alone to do some practice. Dang it! No matter how hard I tried, I wasn't getting any better. I stayed at the same score and rank since last week. How was I going to beat Ian at this rate? Oh, the show's back on. I turned the volume up just slightly, resuming my training. Welcome back to PB&J. Remember, if you hear that name somewhere else, we totally thought of it first. Tonight, I'm bringing you a very special show because, as you might notice, my partner has fallen asleep. Uh-oh. Don't worry, I won't be doing anything too bad to the guy, but you know, he has a lot of fears, so I figured I'd do something to help him combat those. A sound like wet plastic echoed out of the radio. Then when John next spoke, his voice was muffled. Now then. PBG, wake up, I have come for you. What? There was a second's pause over the radio. I held my breath. And then... Oh, God. gosh, no, I'm sorry. Please don't take me. Please don't take me. You will make the perfect specimen. No, okay, you can take me. But please don't take Luca. He doesn't know any better. He's just a dog. Oh, Luca is his dog. Oh, that's so cute. John started laughing, but his muffled voice made it sound absolutely demonic. So, I should have made more of my life when I had the chance. I've had so many things to tell people. Jeff, if you're out there, I secretly consider you a really good friend. And Josh, I'm really jealous of your beard. And Hana, Whoa there, boy. There was a rustling as John took off whatever he was wearing. It's only me. John?
Hey.
Come over to Daddy. Come hug me. I'm sorry for hurting you. What? A quiet shuffling sound and someone being pat on the back. There. I'm sorry. It's over now. It was you? Of course it was me, you dumb nut. I've never been so happy to see you. These two. For a long while, there was just rustling and patting as PBG was presumably being calmed down. I smiled. Whether it was obvious or not, John cared about PBG. He was trying to cheer him up, too, in his own special way. Despite that, I still worried. PBG didn't sound any less stressed. If anything, he sounded a bit more so. Ow, my foot cramped up. Oh man, that stings. Okay. The foot stopped hurting. No more horrible foot pain. Okay. Didn't sound less stressed. If anything, sounded a bit more so. I bit my lip. I've been worried about it literally all day. Maybe it was time to do something to get my mind off of it. The radio show was hosted in Azalea Arts Center, wasn't it? That's where they took me after the Flower Festival. Here we go. There was no problem in simply popping by, right? Just to wish him luck before the big game. This wasn't weird at all. I entered Azalea Arts Center and made my way through the halls to the radio show room. The show was still going, so I couldn't just barge in. Instead, I stood outside the door waiting for PBG and John to finish up. I sighed. What was I really doing here? Why did I care so much? Ian was right. If PBG wanted to do something, it was none of my business whether he did it. I didn't run his life. He didn't have to make his decisions taking me into consideration. But I didn't just feel concerned for him. I also felt a little responsible for him. Back when we were little, I was the one who watched out for PBG. I protected him from people who made fun of him. I chased down boys who tripped him on purpose. I even punched a kid in the face after I saw him shove PBG down on the concrete. Ooh. We were only a few months apart in age, but he always felt like a little brother to me. It was hard for me to see him as anything different, but even now that he was so insanely tall and clearly had things together. Well, as together as obsessively destroying yourself over a silly soccer game could be. Should have punched him. Should have punched me if you were so scared. What if I was an actual alien? Then punching you wouldn't make much of a difference. You don't know that. John and PBG walked right past me, too deep in argument to even notice I was standing there. I gently cleared my throat. Ah! Oh, Hana, it's just you. What are you doing here? John glanced from me to PBG and smiled like a Cheshire cat. Everybody knows. Hey, I gotta get going, but I'll leave you two here. Take your time, too. We have permission to be out, so we won't get into any trouble. I smiled at him, and he winked at me. PBG was pink. So, why are you here?
Well...
Well... Crap. I didn't really think about what I would say once I was here. Mostly I just wanted to see him to put my mind at ease. Yes, he was alive and he was in one piece. He didn't even look that bad, much better than he had the last few days. Maybe he'd been using that time to catch up on sleep? But he still shouldn't be missing so much class. What should I say? Oh, here we go. Alright, so the choice on here is I want to support you. Click. I've been conflicted. I feel like you're pushing yourself too hard, but I know how important this is to you. I just wanted to do something to help. I stopped. I wanted to give him something, but what? You don't have to do that. I fumbled around my jacket looking for anything that might serve as a good gift. There was nothing but my body? Oh, wait! Stepping forward, I wrapped my arms around him in a hug. My head just barely reached his chest. It was more like hugging his stomach than hugging him. His heart was beating rapidly just under my ear, and he went as stiff as a door. Maybe this wasn't the right thing. He shifted a little under me, then I felt 2 long arms wrap themselves around me too. Something prickly and heavy hit the top of my head. Beard.
Hana.
Thank you, Hana. As he spoke, vibrations tickled my head and face. No problem. We stood like that for some time, longer than was strictly necessary for a friendly hug, but I didn't mind. In fact, I kind of liked it. It was different from the normal boots hug, the kind of hug I got from Mai or my parents. Something seemed different, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Finally, he pulled away. As I smiled at him, I realized what was weird. My heart was beating like crazy. PBG's face was rosy pink, and I was sure mine was the same. He cleared his throat. Well then, I guess I'll just have to get going now, then. He started walking backwards towards the door, not taking his eyes off me. Yeah, good, yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, no problem. Will I see you at the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know you will. I beamed at him, and he beamed back. Great. Man, I'm so excited. There's no way we'll fail. Why did I go to John's voice for a second? Dang it. He chuckled. Thanks, Hana. I didn't do anything. No, you definitely did. I'm definitely doing John's voice for PBG. The third episode recorded in one sitting is difficult. He hit the door with a loud bang. Jerking around, he grabbed the handle and tried to pull it open, but it didn't budge. It's, push. Door. He pushed the door so hard that when it opened, he flung himself out into the night air. Oh my gosh. He stood for a few seconds processing what happened. Just as the door swung closed, he turned and waved to me. That was well worth the wait. Transition. The afternoon of the big game, the sun was harsh and the air was heavy. The humidity was almost unbearable. Going outside felt like walking into an indoor swimming pool. Odd. It was finally halftime at the soccer match. The score was even 3-3, but Asagao's biggest rivals, the Moirai Fates, were being extremely aggressive. Weren't they something else? I don't know anymore. One player in particular already got a yellow card and was consistently getting into minor scrapes. So far, no one was being hurt, but there was plenty of moments where Asagao might have been able to score had they not been avoiding his risky lunges. It wasn't looking good. PBG was in great form, but stress had taken its toll. His hair was matted down with sweat, beads of it rolled down his face. He waved his arms around vigorously, talking to Jeff, who was being just as enthusiastic back. It doesn't look like it's going very well. Oh, hi, Waleed. Don't worry, we just gotta believe in the team. Oh, you're reading Nintendo 101? Who by? I can't read. But anyway, don't worry, we just gotta believe in the team.
Well,
If you say so. I didn't feel good about this. Not at all. PBG and the rest of the team jogged back onto the field. He got into the position this time as the center forward, directly opposing the rogue player from Moirai. Whatever. I have a bad feeling about this. Suddenly we're in Star Wars. The whistle blew as Mai turned to me. If you keep acting like that, you'll drag the team down. Come on, why can't you? PBG! PBG was on the ground, holding his leg and writhing in pain. The rogue player stood above him, a smirk on his face. No! PBG, no! The Asagao students in the stand lost their minds. Foul words flew around us. If anything, it seemed like a riot was imminent. The referee ran out on the field and spoke to PBG. He shook his head and tried to stand on his leg, only to instantly collapse again.
what?
I don't understand. What happened? That player basically trapped PBG's ankle between his feet and twisted it on purpose.
I can't believe this.
It looked like some kind of judo move. That was no judo. Finally, a stretcher arrived from the main building along with Mr. McPasta. Yay! Sorry, I know this is a tense moment, but Creeps McPasta is back. PBG was gently placed on the stretcher and rolled off the field. My heart sunk as I watched him roll past me, his face contorted in pain. How are we gonna win without PBG? He's our best player. Jeff can't even handle the rest by himself. Jeff can't handle the rest by himself. I can read.
No.
I can't stay here. I'm gonna check on PBG, okay? You can't go to the nurse's office. They won't even let you in. I patted him and Mai on the shoulders and stood. I'll make them let me in. I couldn't explain why seeing PBG in pain left me feeling so uneasy, but I felt like I was going to be in constant stress until I saw him. What if he was hurt worse? What if his leg was broken? As I scurried to the nurse's office, I tried to keep the worst possibility from my mind, but it kept whispering through like a ghost. PBG wouldn't be able to play anymore. There was no way. Whoa, nice office, but why do you have x-rays of students' necks? And weird things in jars. What is wrong with you? Creeps. Wait, what? I opened the doors to the nurse's office myself. It was still and quiet, a far cry from the chaos on the soccer field. The sun was pouring through the open window, curtains fluttering slightly in the breeze. I glanced around for Mr. McPasta, but he was nowhere to be found. PBG's legs formed long lumps underneath the bed, his feet sticking up in the air like flags. It didn't seem like anyone else was sick. I slipped through the curtains that were hung around him for privacy and pulled a stool next to his bed. He lay still, eyes closed. Was he sleeping? How could he have fallen asleep so fast? Then it hit me. He hadn't been sleeping before this. Of course he fell asleep. In the distance, I heard cheers. I stood and peeked out the window, seeing the Asagao students in a frenzy and the players cheering. Somehow we still managed to win. I sat back down and brushed PBG's hair out of his face. Mr. McPasta obviously helped him clean up a bit, as his face was no longer covered with the dirt and sweat of the game. I glanced at his leg, snug under the sheets. I couldn't tell what was wrong. Should I take a peek? Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Don't. PBG shifted and I glanced at him. Ugh. He blinked a few times and looked up at me.
Hana.
Hana? What are you doing here? The game! The game! Did we win the game? What happened? I glanced towards the open window. We won. He scanned my face and frowned. What's wrong? Tears filled my eyes. I was so worried about you, you big idiot. You baka. I leaned over and hugged him. What? Arms encircled me. Arms that were surprisingly strong. Did Creeps McPasta also do dialogue for this? That's great. That's cool. Oh man, but that means I have to do a Creeps McPasta voice. Oh, dang it. Okay. Slightly British. Let's try this again. If you don't mind. Ah! I flung PBG away from me. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Mr. McPasta? I've been here the whole time.
What?
What? PBG, I'm sorry to say that you won't be playing anymore this season. PBG's eyes fell. He didn't say anything. The injury itself isn't so incredibly bad. It'll take a few weeks to heal. At this point, the stress of practicing and playing would prevent it from healing properly. If you try to push it, this improper healing will create scar tissue and forever and limit the strength and flexibility of your leg. Please, please, do not try to play. I'd listen to Creeps McPasta. Even walking around campus will be more than enough stress. This campus is so poopin' huge. Poopin'? I did the commentary before the game did. Okay. Poopin'? I'm sorry, PBG. I put a hand on his arm. He didn't react. Hey, it's okay. The team won this game, right? They're in line to do pretty well this season. You're their captain and you've done a great job of training them, so... A gentle hand rested itself on my shoulder and I looked up at Creeps.
Miss Mizuno.
Someone's listening to the radio outside, so this is gonna be a little awkward to edit. Okay. I think it would be best if you let him rest a bit. Yes, sir. I stood and with one last pat on PBG's shoulder, left. Just as I got to the door, I remembered something.
PBG.
PBG? No response. He was crying! Oh no! I turned back around and left the room, pretending I saw nothing. I couldn't believe this happened to him. This is his worst nightmare. Wasn't there some way I could help him? I'll take this slide, and you can mime the movements while I'm... PBG, are you listening? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? It was the day after PBG's injury. His knee was wrapped in a brace, and his ankle was stiffly bandaged to keep him from moving too much. He shouldn't even been walking on it, but he insisted on coming to class as if everything was normal boots. I'll read this slide and you can do the movements. Sure. No matter what I tried, it was as if he was on another planet. Hey, how are you feeling? I'm fine. Are you sure? You can always come talk to me if you need to. Thanks, Hana, I know that. He sighed. It's fine. I don't have anything to say, really. Okay, but if you do, I'm here. Thanks. The rest of the day passed slowly by. PBG didn't end up getting any better. Mostly he just stared at his desk and tried to move as little as possible. And I wasn't the only one who noticed. Ian's concerned. Still, there was nothing we could do. Sorry, laughing at Ian, not the situation. In the middle of my worries, I saw a familiar green jacket and a bushel of brown hair.
Hey!
John! He about jumped a foot in the air.
Ah!
What? I'm sorry, I didn't do it. It was a mistake, really. I didn't know he would break like that.
What's up?
Oh, Hano. What's on your mind? Did you break Jock? What did you do? What is your route about? What was that about? What's on your mind? I asked you a question. His eyes narrowed. What's on your mind? Sorry, never mind,
PBG.
PBG's been really sad since he got injured. It's like the life got sucked out of him. I was hoping there was something we could do to cheer him up. Yeah, he's been having trouble getting out of bed in the morning. He hasn't even been practicing for the tournament like he's supposed to. At this rate, we'll definitely lose. I guess, but I really wanted to make him happy.
No.
This cannot stand. We cannot lose to those hidden block scum. So what's your idea? That's why I came to you. Oh my gosh, Hana, my sister just got back from this huge spa trip. Wait, you have a sister?
I can't believe
It's
this.
so not fair. I wish I could have gone, but she didn't even invite me. What's the point of being related to rich people when they don't let you do the cool things?
Yeah.
That's it. What's it? We should take a trip to... I paused and leaned in to whisper. Hot springs. Do you hear something? What's that dust cloud in the distance? Jared! Jesus Christ. Why did you do that? Son of a gun, Jared, you scared me. Sparkles. Ah. What the F? Did somebody say fan service? Jared, shut your mouth. Okay. No. Yes! John's just like, what? This seems like a good point to end off for now. With that note. What the frig, Jared? You scary psychopath. Anyway. Yes. End off now. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Jen. Thank you so much for watching Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want for more. Also be sure to check out other videos on this channel that you may like, and other places on the internet where I tend to dwell. Links in the video description below. See you all next time. I'm so done with today. Oh my gosh. Why?